All right, folks, welcome to Southern Broadcast Racing Network. I am Richard Hurst, and always join me in the booth is Jeremy Robbins. Jeremy, how you doing tonight? Well, Jeremy is having a little bit of technical issues. I will take it over. Well, tonight we have a very special race tonight. It is the Lone Star 180. Tonight we have the patriotic schemes on the track tonight, and so it's going to be a very special race for these guys tonight, showing their respect for veterans and basically all patriots around the country, the ones that love this country and will do anything to support and defend her. But it looks like we are still qualifying. We have Mr. Ryan Lynch still out there on the track. As of right now, Chris Sarton is sitting on the pole, but that time is subject to change with Shetty in the second position and Pierce in the third. We already had Mr. Hooper already say that. Who did he? Let me find out who he said he was gonna win because he called it out before I even was able to do anything about it. So Mr. Hooper said the 13 of John Dart is going to win. That is his prediction for tonight. Mine is going to be, I'm going to go with Andrew Medlin. He's sitting in the fifth position as of right now. In that number 12, I'm going to take Jeremy's pick for tonight. So we will keep an eye on that. Mr. Hooper, I hope you are listening. I got my pick in, you got your pick in, and Jeremy will have his pick in pretty soon. But we also want to congratulate Mr. Doug Hooper for winning the best paint scheme of the night. So, so just give us a few minutes. We're gonna play that national anthem, that song that we all love to hear, and we'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are back, and I just do want to give those shout outs to our veterans and active duty that we do have running in full send, and that is going to be Doug Pierce. He was with the Coast Guard from 1980 to 1984. We have Dylan Glass, which is active duty, private first class in the United States Army. from 2001 to present, and Mr. John Dart, active duty in the Navy, 2012 till present, and Travis Dart is a veteran. He served in the Navy 2014 to 2020. So we appreciate your service. I also am a vet. I served from 2000 to 2008, U.S. Army Infantry. So we appreciate all these guys' services that they provide for us. Well, looks like we are on our formation lap and getting ready to go green. And we are about to go racing here in Texas.
Green flag.
Campbell starting to had a pretty laid back restart as they come across the line as it went green, and he is riding around on that inside. We are going to see these guys take it easy for the first couple laps until these tires get nice and hot and they're actually able to grip the track. If they push it too hard too early, we can see chaos on the track very early. But it looks like these guys have it under control. You can see that low line is going to be the dominant line for the first part of the race, and we're going to see people move off the track to find that grip as the laps go on. But Cameron Sarton has broke out to a 0.4 second lead, so that fresh clean air is doing him justice with Chris Essery in the second position, and we have Brandon Pierce in the third position. Andrew Medlin, my pick of the night, he is right around in the fourth spot. He is up one spot. Chris Essery is actually up 2 spots from where he started, sitting in the third, and he is working all over the one of Chris Essery. Definitely, I love this track. They will get spread out if it goes green. You'll see a lot of cars go a lot of laps down if it were to go green. Nate Lynch in that 25. He is in that sixth position. He is 2 positions up from where he started. Looking at Zach Beek. He is sitting in the 7th position. He is currently right around where he qualified. Looks like we got a little bit of a challenge with the 38. Looks like the 42 is going to be challenging him on the inside as they come into turn 3. 42 down low, 38 up high. Which one will prevail? We'll have to see as they come out of turn 4, and they are side by side coming out of turn 4. As they cross the line, the 42 definitely has the nose on him, but Brandon Pierce, he is fighting back, trying to get that 3rd position back, but he is not going to. The 42 is going to be able to overtake it. Looking back at the rear, we're riding around with the 7 of John Dart. He is currently working on the 4 truck, trying to get around him, which he was able to do. And Texas is a little bit of a draft track, so you can utilize that draft to get a little bit of momentum as you're going into the turn to help you make the pass as you're coming out of the turn. So definitely momentum this is a momentum track. You don't want to lose too much, or you can lose a lot of ground. Ken Campbell riding around in the 15th position. Now, I talked to him earlier. He said he hasn't practiced this track much, so he's trying to get as much practice as he could, but didn't get a good qualifying time. But he is one of the heavy hitters of this league, so we're not going to count him out early on in this race. 87 of Tyler in that Toyota. He is riding around with the Air Force aim high on the back tailgate of his. He is currently running in the 16th position. Most of these guys have stretched out nose to tail, so not a lot of battles going on where Texas is, actually we have a little bit of battle between the 101 and the 6. You have Chop is on the outside, 6 on the inside. 6 is in the preferred line, so he is going to be able to make that pass, but the 101 is fighting back. And 1 second, I have to reset my trading paints.
Well, the 101 is putting up a pretty good fight right now on that high side. And I'm sorry we have had issues with the mic stream, Facebook. It's been a mess, but you know what? I was expecting we're going to see about 120 laps of pure Big D showdown tonight since we in the Lone Star State.
Yeah, my Trading Paints is not updating his number. It's showing him as a 101, but he still has the 21 on his truck. I don't know if you're seeing that also.
He was giving me the 101. I'm gonna tell you what, there's been some nice schemes showing out tonight. And actually they said the one that was wanted was the 14 is gonna be this one right here that we're riding with right now. Douglas Hooper. Who's actually a resident from the same state I am. Oh, great old Tennessee.
Yeah, I love that paint scheme on his truck. You know, can't say it louder than just USA. And he had something on the tailgate. I can't quite see it. Is that Uncle Sam on the back tailgate?
Well, let's take a look to the rear chase and see. It is. I'd be
Good old Uncle
intimidated
Sam.
right there being behind him, seeing him pointing at me. So right now, Mark Estrie, he ain't, he better have his red, white, and blue drawers on. If not, he's going to need that tide to wash him up.
Another nice paint scheme out there is going to be, you know, Chris Essery. He is running a very nice paint scheme. He's got the red, white, and blue all over that. If you go to the rear chase cam, you can see that eagle with the American flag wings. I love that. And on the tailgate, he has the flag with "Support Our Troops." So very nice paint schemes out here tonight.
Well,
Can't wait to see what kind of footage we get.
iRacing's out there saying already he's calling Cameron and getting it from the pole, and well, I'm gonna have to change my pick usually.
Well, I got Medellin, and like I said, Hooper already called the 13.
I'm going with Pierce. That 38. He's been right there on the end of it. So we got Miss Rita is out there. Facebook, I know she's rooting on that one car, Chris Essery.
Well, you're taking Brandon Pierce. Brandon Pierce started in the third position, and still it was and currently right now in the fifth position. He lost a couple of spots to Andrew Medlin and Chris Essery. So, you know, it's definitely going to be interesting how he uses strategy as he's putting a little bit of a block on the 25. The 25 was all over the left rear of that bumper as they were coming across the start-finish line, and he just moved up, and he's going to give the bottom lane to the 25. Is the 25 going to be able to make the pass? Now the 38 has, well, he did have the draft of the 12, but the 12 moved down, and he's putting a block on the 25 also.
It already looks like, Richard, everybody's picking on 25.
Oh, we got some three wide action right now. The 25, the 12. Oh, they get together. The 25 goes down to the infield.
And he
brings it back on the track. He brought it back on the track with no problems. What a great job. He does have a little bit of right side damage, but not a lot. That was pretty good three wide action between the 38, the 12, and the 25, but the 25 being on that low lane kind of got the crappy end of the deal right there. But I won't count him out. He's got a fast truck. He's proven that so far early on in this race, and I think he'll get back up there.
Oh, yeah, he's easily going to move it back up there because that was some pretty good three wide racing. Especially going across start finish.
There's a little bit of a hornet's nest back here in the back between the 31, the 15, and the 22 and the 4. I mean, they are just riding in a small little pack, and we also have the 87. They're right there, pretty much right under a blanket. As I saw the 22 blink in and out just a little bit, but they had some side-by-side action going on, making passes. And that's going to be Ken Campbell, and that's going to be Trey Jackson, Chris Stitz, and Burchett. And Tyler. Don't want to even butcher his last name. Dylan Glass riding around back here with the 16, and he is riding around in that Army Strong truck. I love that truck. He looks like he has fell off a pace, or he is saving tires and saving fuel for later on in this run. I'm not sure exactly which one, but it looks like these guys have fell off pace just a little bit. The 19 of Curtis Ecker, he is riding around in, oh my God, SDK is jumping around a little bit. He is having a little battle with, okay, hold on. Let me restart SDK. I got too much jumping.
Well, it's, you know what they say. The SDKs are jumping, don't come and knocking. And if they don't say it, it sounds good to me.
All right, there we go. Now it's not jumping around. All right, let me get back here to Chris Ecker. Chris Ecker is was battling with that 52. 52 was able to make the pass, but here comes Douglas Hooper in that 14 truck. He is looking to overtake the 19 as well. I talked to the 19 earlier. He was hoping to have a good race today, and this could be part of his strategy also. Laying back, saving tires, and going as far as he can go. We will see a stage break at lap 35. Which we are at lap 23 as of right now. So in about 12 more laps, we will see them, slow down for that stage break unless the caution comes out before then.
And that's something, Richard, we don't experience too much with this league is cautions.
That shows you what kind of skill they have.
I mean, the average rating of this field is sitting at 2,200, and that's just your IR. That's not counting your safety rating. Everybody in here is pretty much over a 3.5.
Yeah, you got some up there in the high 4s. I've seen the highest of a 4.9. 4.97, actually. So these guys are safe. They don't crash out, which is a good thing. I mean, it's more entertaining to see people racing it out instead of, doing caution laps.
Well, we got a battle breaking up here in this front four now, where Cole just took the lead from Cameron, doing a little crossover, and he's got Essery and Pierce right there behind him. So them four right there are starting to, as you said, be out in their own zip code.
I think they are in their own zip code right now. They are about 2 miles out from out from any residential area, and these guys are working actually pretty good together. If we see the one of Chris Esser, he is going to try to take that second position on that low lane, but I don't think he's going to be able to quite get there. That high line is still a dominant line, so he's going to tuck it right back in behind Cameron and try to utilize that draft just a little bit more.
We're going to work our way towards the back a little bit and see what we got going on back here.
Yeah, you got a little battle between, oh, look at this. You have Dylan Glass and Chris Stitz kind of going at it. The 22 and the 16, they're kind of going at it.
We're going to ride hood view with Brian Burchett right now, since he's got a pretty good view of what's going on in front of him with them three battling it out.
Yeah, it looks like Burchett is about to have a mirror full of Seagull. Sorry if I butchered that. as he just lost a little bit of ground. He was right on the back bumper of Burchett, but Burchett has extended that gap just a little bit. Curtis Ecker is having a little bit of a battle between him and the 14. He is going to be able to make a pass on the outside. He was battling it out with Douglas Hooper in that 14 Ford F-150, and he was able to make the pass on the outside. And Hooper has Chavez right behind him, so we may see Hooper go down another position. Chavez is down one position from where he started, and Hooper is up one position from where he started.
Well, I'm going to tell everybody out there, let's do us a favor tonight. There's a little button down on the bottom there on your Facebook where it says share. Share it tonight. Same thing's going right there with Twitch. It's got the little up arrow that says share. Let's share it. Let's get as many in here as we can tonight and show out these patriotic schemes that the Full Send Racing Series is blessing us with tonight.
Yes, Ms. Rita, I do have to agree with you. Chris did an awesome job on his paint scheme. That is one of my favorites. I got a couple other favorites, and I'm going to see who painted their trucks so I can get me one done. Well, it's like the 42 out front. He is broken away by almost a half a second from Chris Sarton and Chris Essery. They are side by side battling for the second position. Chris is nosed out in front of Sarton going into turn one and coming out to turn two. He does have a nose on him, but Sarton is gonna have the lane that has the most momentum. That's going to be the outside lane. Now they have broke away from Brandon Pierce. Brandon Pierce is sitting about almost 1.6 seconds away from the leader and about a 1 second back from Sarton and Essery. They are still going at it side by side as they cross over the start finish line and going into turn one. Essery still has the nose out on Sarton, but the more they battle side by side, the smaller that leader is going to get. He has broke out to about 1.5. So actually, it looks like they are closing the gap, even running side by side. With the laps closing down, that's not what Shetty wants to see. He wants to see them battle it out, because if they catch him, he may not get the top stage points.
Well, right now, Richard, we're seeing 4 of the top 5 have won a race. The only one up there who hasn't won one yet is Cole. So we've had 5 races, 5 different winners. We may have 6 races and 6 different winners, as nobody has pulled a back-to-back or 2 win yet of this season.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, I do not want to see somebody get back-to-back wins. I love seeing these points being so tight. It just makes for a heck of a season, because it could go to anybody. Which, as of right now, 2nd through 4th in points are all tied up. So you got Andrew Medlin with 158, you got Brandon Pierce with 158, you got Ken Campbell with 158, and you got Cameron Sarton with 143. And you have Chris Essery is the points leader. He is sitting at a 164, so it is anybody's championship as of right now. And there is the stage break. But even back to the points of just a little bit, John Dart, he is sitting at 141, and you have 7th and 8th place tied up at 131, and Travis Dart is sitting at 130. So, the top 10 is so close together.
Yeah, 34 points, pretty much.
Yeah.
The top 10.
Well, we are going to see pit lane get really busy. Everybody's going to come in and get those 4 fresh feel goods and top off with that go-go juice. That stuff that's so expensive right now that I can barely afford.
I'm just glad I've still got my Camel I ride.
I was thinking about going to buy a horse with no name.
I bet the Amish have a good deal on some horses right now. They're probably high too.
Inflation on horses. All right, pit road is definitely busy.
While they're on pit road, let's take a quick little shout out. Give our side by side with the Butt Kicker and Next Level Racing. This race here tonight is also brought to us by Sharp Apparel.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we are back. Now, it looks like the 14 may have stayed out. So, but I do want to mention the race off of pit road between the 42 and 1 was so close. The 1 was able to overtake the 42, but I believe it was by inches. So Chris Essery was able to overtake the 42 on pit road. So it's very interesting that the 14 is still out on the track. Now, if he did not pit, he is on way older tires.
He may just be staying out there to get him a point for
Bonus
leading the
point
lap.
for leading the lap. And I think you are absolutely right.
Because I know I would not want to be in the front of those 4 right there on not fresh tires, and them they're freshed up.
Yeah. You are right about that. I do want to say, look at King Campbell. He is up to the 7th position. As of right now, our biggest mover is going to be Chris Ditz. He is in the 14th position, but he is up 11 positions from where he started. We also have another big mover of Dylan Glass. He is up, 10 positions from where he started. So those guys have moved up, through the field on their own. Maybe a little bit of pit strategy.
And you know what? I think Chris might be a little bit lucky because it looks like he's got some of that nationwide that's on his side. So he might be moving on up with a few more positions before it's said and done tonight. It's literally on the side of his truck. Nationwide is on his side. Take it how you want.
I wanted to sing the tune, but I couldn't get the. I didn't want. Not on air.
Nationwide
is on your side.
All right, yeah, that's why we're not in commercials. But if you got a chuckle out of that, we served our purpose. So.
All right, so it looks like the 14 has made his pit stop, and he is going to go back to the rear of the field. So he did stay out to lead a lap. So now you have Chris Essery on the outside. He chose the outside lane with the 42 on the inside. You got Cameron Sarton will be starting behind the 42, and you have Brandon Pierce. He will be starting behind Chris Essery. One truck that we have not talked about a lot is that 30. That number 30, he is sitting in looks like the 5th position. And, that's a pretty good run for him. We have not really seen him up front a lot in many of these races, but he has stayed consistent. And right now, he's having a pretty good day.
And consistency wins championships.
You are absolutely correct on that one. All right, Nate, our green flag. Chris takes him to the start-finish line, and he is going to get a really good jump. With Brandon Pierce, he had a really good jump too. The 42 must have been snoozing because he almost lost 2 positions. But they're going to fight back on the inside, and he is going to slide it up in front of Pierce.
And they have flipped the lights on in the back, and they are scattering.
Got a pretty good battle between the 31 and the 77. 77 on the outside as it comes to the start-finish line. 31 is going to have a nose on him. But they are coming into turn 1. They are still side by side. 31 and 77. 77 on the outside. 31 is going to be able to complete the pass on the bottom, and he's going to slide up in front of the 77. Looks like the 77 had to check up just a little bit, but he's got Andrew Medlin, my pick right there, on his back bumper. Andrew Medlin riding the high side. He has got the 2 on his inside. 31 in front, 77 on the bottom. Also, can he work himself back up to the front? Jeremy?
Yeah, them 4 right there, man. Actually, it's turned into 5. You've got all the way for Chris, Zach, Trey, Ryan, and Andrew all fighting for that little bit of road front property, I reckon how you want to say it. So, I mean, the more they fight for it, that's going to give the chance to let Dylan Glass, Chris, and Travis kind of close in on them a little bit as they're coming through the tri-oval. And it's going to get a little bit hairy, it looks like.
Yeah, we just might even see 3 wide again, but I don't know, considering what happened to the 25 earlier on, going 3 wide. And, speaking of the 25, he is back there in the 17th position. We saw him get a little bit of damage. He might have stayed in the pits a little bit longer to get that fixed. So I foresee him going back up towards the front just, shortly. He had a fast truck earlier on. Let's see what he can do as he's battling with the 4 of Burchett.
Well, I'm going to tell you what a good battle is going on right now, and that's back in the 21st and 22nd, 23rd position, where you've got Tyler, Harris, and Bill. Them 3 have been going at it, and we've been riding with Bill for a moment, and just the battle with the Old Bay and the Platinum Bud Light here are pretty much losing it to Bill Dart.
Yeah, Bill Dart is definitely running really well tonight. I mean, even though he is in the back, still the race is far from over. The 29 looks like he has a pretty good truck, so they better line up if they want to stay with him. And more of these guys battle, the further the front packs are going to get away from them. Why is it showing? Wow. SDK is being retarded tonight. Well, I see Douglas Hooper never came out of the pits.
He looks like he's still in the pits. He may have had some damage.
He looked like he had a pretty clean truck while he was out, but riding back up front, and then you have a line of 6 trucks. They are they're pretty much lined up all the way back to 10th position, or is that 8th position, with Chris Essery, leading this whole pack. But 42 is definitely, we know he has a strong truck. We saw him out leading, but there is that number 24. He's sitting right back there in that 3rd position. I think he's waiting for these 2 to start battling it out, and then he's going to make his moves.
But yeah, he can't wait too long though making this move, because he's got Brandon Pierce and King Campbell and about 3 more right there behind him. So if you wait too long, you're gonna probably lose a little bit. Just have to build up and hopefully gain some momentum.
Here comes John Dart. He is working on the 77. He is working all over the back bumper. The 77 is going to take his line away. So Dart had to check up so he didn't get in the back of him. And I think once he gets on this backstretch, he is going to try it again. He is pushing that 77 all the way down the backstretch as they come into turn 3 and 4. But you have the 2 working on the outside, and it looks like they might try to take it 3 wide, but they think twice about that.
I'll tell you what, we're riding right now on top of Ryan Lynch's car, the 2 car, and he is showing us a phenomenal battle all the way up from, well, 7 to 1st. I mean, they are all within a second and a half distance between each other.
Yeah, Ryan Lynch is unsure who to follow because I've seen him ride behind the 13, I've seen him ride behind the 77, but he is unsure who to follow because they both have, all 3 of them have, good trucks. They're handling very well, but he doesn't know where he can advance, the best, behind the 13 or behind the 77. So he is still right there behind the 77, and John Dart looks like he is going to lose a little bit of ground to the 77 and the 2.
Yeah, if I'm Dart, I'm going to go ahead and let him go. Let him have it so I can get back up and save those tires. Because right now he is wearing Dart's tires down, making him stay on the inside, not letting him come up and giving him anywhere to go.
Yeah, as they come into turn 1, I think Lynch actually just said, you know what, I'm just gonna stay up here. You can have that bottom, and there he goes. He's gonna be able to get around the 13. Back here from you have Dylan Glass. He is up 17 positions riding around. He is, the leader of the small little pack back here. You have the 16, the 22, the 12, the 6, the 31 is right there. You have the 30 and you have the 25. These guys are pretty much all under a blanket. Not battling it out too much. I think they are mostly nose to tail. I think they're trying to catch back up with the lead pack and can go back at it again. But we are at lap 55 of 120. So the laps are ticking down. They don't have a lot of time to play around if they want to get back up towards the front. Back towards the front, we are riding around with Ken Campbell. Ken Campbell has got the 77 all over the back bumper of him, so he might be going down 1 position. Ken Campbell's up 9 positions from where he started, but he's got Beak right behind him, looking to take that 5th position away from him. And we do have a leader change. The 42 is out front. The 24 is, right behind the 42. Chris Essery has dropped 3 positions from, leading the race, and he is right now running in 4th. Still early. He might have used up his tires. We're not exactly sure, but he is working on the 38, trying to get at least one of those positions back. Right behind him, the 77 of Zach. He is working on the 15 as he gets a little bit tight and almost made contact with the 15, but the 15 is going to battle right back on the outside. The 77 tried to move up in front of the 2. 2 said, I ain't having it. He dives down low, and he's going to work on the inside of the 77 and try to put him another position down.
Yeah, this 77 and 2 car, they're going at it there, Richard. I mean, they are making each other fight for those positions.
All these trucks riding in the top 7, they're pretty much, oh, we got to spin the 77.
And we was on that as it happened.
Go back and take a look at what happened. The 77 come up and just hooked the 2, sent the 2 spinning. I don't think he made any contact with Oh man, he barely made some contact with the inside wall. I got to say that's a great save. He doesn't have a lot of damage on that truck. I mean, I think he barely hit it. He's got a little bit of left side damage, but I think it's mostly just a scrape.
It may have been a scrape, but to him it probably felt, yeah, that was a pretty good lick there.
Oh yes, I'm zooming in now. I can kind of see that.
That left side takes a pretty good hit on it.
Yeah, yep, definitely right above the wheel. A little bit of hood damage. Well, that's going to be our first incident caution of the night.
And you know what? At 6 races, I think that's only like the 3rd actual caution we've had.
So, how would you call that? Do you think we're going to see a little bit of payback for that? Because it kind of looked like the 77 turned up into the 2. I can't really say for sure. I'm not going to speculate, but that's what it kind of looked like to me. And maybe he was trying to get behind the 2, miscalculated or misjudged the distance and got into him. We're not exactly sure, but
I'm going to put it on spotter failure. I mean, he came out just a little bit squirrely. He was trying to get a run on it. He realized he didn't have the run. And I think he was going to try to tuck back, and there wasn't enough distance for him to tuck back in behind him.
I give you that. Well, he did have a fast repair, and he did get his truck repaired.
But that's what we see. We really don't know what happened. So,
well, the Thunderbird number 2 flew to the back.
and Brooksby 85, thank you for the follow.
Yes, sir. We always appreciate everybody that likes and follows our stream. Definitely got a lot of exciting things coming up. Some more truck races with other leagues. We got some next gen racing coming up.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's going to be on
definitely-
Sundays and Mondays.
Definitely starting to pick up. While we're in the caution, let's go a quick rundown on it. We're having Sundays. We're going to be having a next gen. Monday, we're going to be having a truck. Of course, we're running full send on Tuesday. Wednesday, here in about 3 weeks, we're starting up a 12-week sprint dirt showdown. And Saturdays, we'll be having a ARCA League. So, make sure y'all hit those follows. Share it. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on here starting about the end of March.
Well, pit road was a little busy, but not too busy.
Your top 8 did not opt to pit.
Yeah.
Actually, get technical about your top 14 didn't.
That's going to be very, you're going to have new tires in the back, old tires in the front. We're going to see those guys that pit come up through the field real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Shout out to Dylan Glass. He is up 20 positions from where he started. We saw him riding around in the back a little bit when the race first started. Then he got to the middle of the pack. Now he is up to the 6th position with Travis Dart in the 7th. So, even though, they got it under caution and people pitted and, they gained those positions, that's still a good job. Let's see if their strategy plays out and they can finish up there. So, yeah, as of right now, Dylan Glass is the biggest mover of the race. And also, a shout out to Curtis Ecker. Ecker was back there in the 20th position not too long ago. He is up 12 positions. And so is Doug Pierce in the 39.
Well, I'm ready to see Ecker's luck change. I mean, good driver. He just is constantly drawing the bad hand.
Well, he has definitely kept his truck clean tonight. So he may have what it takes to get up there, maybe in the right position. He can get the job done. And it looks like we are about ready to go back green with Cole Shetty in command with that Chevrolet Trump Train truck sitting right next to him, the number 24 of Cameron Sarton. And here we go. Green flag is off. And Shetty just shot out like a rocket. The bottom lane was definitely on top of things, but it looks like Sarton is going to take the position away or block that low line from Essery. As they get nose to tail, they're going to try to do a 3-truck breakaway, which they are doing a pretty darn good job of it. I think that was planned. I really do.
Yeah, we've got some exciting racing all over the track. We can't even keep up with it.
You got John Dart, you got King Campbell, and you got Dylan Glass. They are all going at it. You got the 13 on the inside, you got a 16 on the outside, and they are side by side, which 13 is going to jump behind the 16, but he's going to try again on that inside lane. Will he have the momentum? I don't think he does, because that 16 is tucked up behind the 15. Now you have the 4 of Burchett. Now he was back in the back a little while ago. He's up 8 positions from where he started. He is riding around in the 7th position.
I'm going to tell you what, they look like they're trying to go 3 wide on this back stretch coming into 3 and 4. From about position 11 to about 19, they're all fighting for that one position, it looks like.
Oh, look at Curtis Ecker. I thought he was just about to take a 3 wide, but he's going to tuck in behind Lynch, the true truck, and he is going to try to overtake the 30, and he is able to. Ecker on the inside, 30 on the outside. He's going to try to do a slide job, and the 30 is going to come right back, and they are 3 wide on the backstretch. They definitely do get it straightened out. 87 was able to take over the spot from the 19. 19 is going to drop behind the 25. I think that would be my safe bet. You know that the 25 is fast, so why not get behind him and make moves with him? Find you a good partner, and y'all run to the front together.
Yeah, especially on here, you want somebody you may not have to be friends, but work together till you get to where you're going, then do your own thing.
You're friends until the last lap. That's my philosophy.
You missed yourself, Douglas, because it looks like you're out of the race. We're missing you.
What happened? Well, it looks like we had a little bit of a position change up front. Looks like Chris Essery is going to try to take the position away from the 24. Cameron Sarton, 1 on the inside, 24 on the out. As they cross over the start-finish line, the one of Chris Essery did have the 2nd position, but Cameron is fighting back hard on that outside lane. So the top 14 did not pit. When would you take your next pit stop?
I'm just going to ride it out. Just going to ride it out and hope for another caution, which is not a possibility, really.
No, I don't believe it is, but we have another player in the top. 3 wide on the backstretch. You got the 12, you got the 1, you got the 24. They are 3 wide going into turn 3. They are holding it. They leaving enough gap so nobody gets into each other, and the 12 actually backed out of it as they were coming out to turn 4, so he lost a little bit of momentum. I think he had to check up. Maybe he felt his truck getting a little bit tight because he is losing ground. He lost ground to the 2. But the 1 and 24, look at this. They are going to go 3 wide again. Only it's the 2 truck. He stopped for tires. Look at him. He's coming back towards the front. Still 3 wide. 1, 2, 12. Coming out of turn 4, who is going to prevail? Is it going to be the 12? Yes, it is. 12 got in front of the 1, and yeah, he had his position locked down. 2 still on the inside of the 1. They are still battling it out, and the 12 has actually ran down the 24 of Cameron Sarton. He is going to look to the outside of the 24. Is he going to be able to make a stick and get to the door? Yes, he is. As they go to turn 3, they are still side by side. 12 has found the momentum, and he wants to go for the lead.
But you've got that going on. You know who has snuck into the top 5? That 22 of Chris Stitz. Amongst it all, he has came in like a villain in the night, and he is up to that P5, and he has set his eyes on Cameron.
Well, Nationwide is definitely on his side tonight, and Andrew Medlin is looking to take the lead over. Here he goes. He's going to dive to the inside of the 42. 42, does he have anything for the 12? No, he doesn't. He just lets the 12 right on by. And don't look now, but here comes the 2. He's looking to take a position away from the 42. 42 on the outside, 2 on the inside. As they cross the start-finish line, the 2 is going to be able to overtake the 42 on the inside. And now the 2 is looking for a chance at leading.
Well, right there's where the factor comes in too, Richard. The 3 that's got moved up there to the front, they pitted on that 59, the most recent caution. Like you said, the ones towards the back are slowly jostling their way up towards the front. So, them top 14 may have made a mistake by not pitting at the time.
Yeah, because they pitted at lap 36 or 37. So, yeah, we may see them dive in at some point here soon. If a fuel run, we'll say a fuel run is going to be about maybe 40, I'm going to say between 42 and 48 laps. So we should start seeing them dive in, within the next 10 laps or so.
Yeah, it's coming pretty interesting. I mean, we're about a good 40 laps. I mean, it's, they can go 37 without a pit stop. So, I mean, it's going to be right there borderline, man. I mean, it's going to be so close, Richard, on whether or not they've got to save gas or conserve tires or just pray for a caution.
Well, Nate Lynch has moved up to the 4th position. Chris Stitz in the 3rd position. Chris Stitz up 22 positions. That is the highest mover of the race yet. And those 3 have checked out, and they have moved across country right now. Yeah, that 25 had moved through the field pretty quick. The 42 tried to put up a little bit of block on him, but he was able to get around him, trying not to go down another position. But Cole is not looking too strong at this point because he is on those older tires. And here comes the 31 and the 38. They are looking to take the position away from the 42 and move up a couple spots. These 3 up front, Ryan Lynch in that 2 truck, he has, flew his way up to the top position. He is leading this whole pack with the 12 in tow and the 22. Oh, 22 got a little bit loose, and he had a big run on the outside because he was able to close the door on the outside of the 12. 12 could not move up because the 22 was there. So they are going to ride side by side as they come across the start-finish line, still battling it out. Can't battle it out too long because Ryan is starting to break away just a little bit. Well, 31 and 38 was able to get around the 42, and they take over the top 6, 5 and 6 position. So that puts the 42 running in 7th position with the 24 in tow also. They are on the same pitch strategy, so they have about the same lap old tires. I just saw a truck, I think. Yeah, we have our first taker at green flag pit stops.
Yeah, and you're fixing to really start seeing them shift up. As you're seeing Travis, Tyler, Mark, all of them starting to do the rotation of it. So it's going to be pretty interesting, especially the ones that's on lap 37 last pit stop. They're going to be definitely having to come in because their tires are going to be pretty much shot.
Yeah, they're going to have no choice but to come in and get some 4 fresh feel goods. As far as these top 3, they have not broken away too far, but Lynch is steadily falling. Let me specify which Lynch. Nate Lynch is, definitely falling. Now he is almost 2 seconds back from the leaders. Forgot we had 2 Lynches in there. So it looks like Stitz and Medellin have worked it out. Stitz has taken over the 2nd position, Medellin in the 3rd position, but Nate Lynch in the 4th. Brendan Pierce in 5th position, Trey Jackson in 6th. He is actually trying to take away a position from Brandon Pierce, so he is looking to jump up to the top 5. Cameron Sarton has taken over the position from the 42. He is riding in 7th. 42, I do believe, did go into the pits. Chris Essery in the 8th position. Dylan Glass up 17 spots from where he started. He is in the 9th position. Zach Beek in that number 77 Toyota is in 10th. Ken Campbell, he is riding around in 11th. Harris Gerwitz, he in that number 29 Old Bay. He is up 15 positions from where he started, riding around in the 12th. Burchett in that 4, riding in the 13th position, up 2 spots from where he started. Bill Dart in the number 7, riding in 14th. And the 52 of Kristen in the 15th position, up 10 spots from where he started. So that wraps up your top 15. All right, come on, SDK. Oh, I found some Reese's cups. Oh, these things are the best.
Yeah, you're right. We've got 3 Lynches out there. Ryan Lynch and Nate Lynch.
It definitely does get confusing.
Douglas lied to us. I only counted 2.
Yeah, there's only 2 on the track. Unless there's somebody I'm not seeing. Well, we do have 3 darts, I do believe. We got Bill Dart, we got John Dart, and we have Travis Dart. So we have 3 darts. Maybe that's what he's referring to.
Maybe one of those darts will get a bullseye and get a win tonight.
Well, if Ryan Lynch has anything to say about it, no. Because Ryan has extended his lead to 1.08 seconds ahead of Stitz. So I don't know if that's going to happen. And with these guys pitting, hopefully there's not a caution that comes out. We only have about 32 laps left of the race, so do you think these guys can stretch it out enough to not have to pit again? What do you think?
I think the ones that pit on lap 59, I think they can. If they play it right, they may have to save just a little bit. But right now they're not saving the way Ryan's running off and leaving them.
Well, I don't believe Ryan is saving, but these other two, the 22 of Chris Stitz and Andrew Medlin, they have such a lead that I think they might be saving a little bit. I don't think they're putting the hammer down. Oh no, I am riding with the 22 right now, and you know he is definitely. You can hear his tires. He is, so he is having to let off quite a bit, but you know letting off saves fuel. So I think these two back here, Stitz and Medlin, are saving quite a bit. Running about 6,000 RPMs through the turn. And really gets back into the gas. Yeah. So as of right now, there's only really 10 cars on the lead lap. But the guys that have just pitted, we're going to see them fly through the field. And get their lap back the old-fashioned way. As I was riding around with Ryan Lynch, he got a little bit sideways coming off of turn 2. So he has got the hammer down on that 2 truck. And it looks like Chris Stitz has... Oh, the yellow flag is out.
That looks like that was a call from Brandon Pierce.
Brandon Pierce. Let's take a ride with him, see what we can see. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, somebody got into him heavily and just spun him all the way around, and that looks like it was the 25, maybe? No, I'm sorry, that was not the 25.
It looks like right there that he may have been slowing down to come into the pits and got popped in the rear end by the 101.
Yeah, so tough break for... Oh, that's a big break. But now, you only have 9 cars on the lead lap. One was in pits when the caution came out.
He came out right about the time. I don't know if that's going to score him. It's going to be Chris Stitz, so we'll have to watch and see how he gets scored for that.
A lot of cars, they're going to take the wave around, but they're going to have old tires. Not something that you wanted to see, and now we see Ryan, we see Andrew, we see Nate, and we see Trey, the 77 of Beak, and Brandon Pierce. So they're all coming in, getting their scheduled stop.
Now, Richard, this just threw a complete wrench in everything they had planned.
Yeah, strategy is completely out the door. Now these other guys, they are going to be hoping for a caution to get back on the same strategy.
And if I'm counting right, they've got 3 sets of tires. They've only done 2 pit stops.
Yeah. So they all have a set of tires left. Whew. It's going to get hairy here, folks. We might see some red, white, and blue fenders laying on the track here in just a minute. as everybody is going to take the wave around. Looks like Andrew Medlin is showing as the leader right now, so he was able to beat Lynch out of the pits. Ryan Lynch, that is. And you have Nate Lynch in that number 25. We saw him, go 3 wide and sent him through the grass. But he is up now, running in the third position. Trey Jackson up 9 positions from where he started. He is riding in the 4th. The 77 is riding in the 5th position. Bill Dart in that number 7 is riding 6th. Sam Segal in that number 48 Chevrolet is riding 7th. 52 is riding 8, up 16 positions from where he started. And Brandon Pierce, which we just saw that was involved, that brought the caution out. He is riding 9th. So what you think is going to happen here, Jeremy? You got a bunch of cars that are not on fresh tires.
Well, you got your top 10
on fresh tires. Yeah.
Are fresh. After 10 and back, it's not fresh. So I'm pretty much going to expect them top 10 to kind of pull away from the second pack of the field. But let's not forget, you've got Chris Essery back there towards the back on fresh tires, but he is setting a lap down. I expect him to make some moves to come towards the front.
Yeah, he's got to make them quick, fast, and in a hurry, because we only have, we'll have 22 laps, when we hit the green again. But you also have to think, guys on these older tires, you got to worry about spinning the tires. So we have to watch this restart. We could see, a caution come out due to that. And, we definitely don't want to see that, but it could happen on these old tires. I'm going to go see if I can find me. Oh, nope, that's not a good position. All right, it looks like the pace car lights are off, and they are coming out of turn 4 in just a second.
Ryan Lynch is sitting in P2.
Yeah, Lynch is P2 and 3. And they are about to go green with Medlin in command. Medlin got a really good jump on the inside.
He caught Lynch sleeping.
You are correct about that. Actually caught both Lynches sleeping. And he just took off like a rocket. 2 and 25 are nose to tail, so they are going to try to utilize the draft to catch up with Andrew Medlin. But this is my pick. I had him picked for this track. You did not pick Jeremy.
I did. So, mine's still back there sitting around P7.
Oh, that's right. You did pick Pierce. Okay. So, we have 3 picks of the night. Well, actually 4, because we have some Chris Essery fans out there.
Yes, we know Miss Rita's default pick is Chris, so.
Oh, look at Brandon Pierce. He is all the way down to the inside. He is trying to make a move on the 7 of Bill Dart. He does. He makes it easy. He passed him like he was standing still and just cut right back in front of him. And he was able to take that 6th position away from the 7th of Bill Dart.
We got action in the back.
What happened in the back?
I don't know if there's going to be a caution come out on it, but we had him scattering. It looks like everybody kept it under control going through the tri-oval.
Well, it looks like Andrew Medlin is still our current leader, but he is being tracked down slowly but surely by Ryan Lynch in that 2 truck. The 2 truck has definitely proved that he is fast, But is Lynch holding back and not burning up his tires with 19 laps to go? Lynch is definitely, I don't know, I'd say, he's not losing time, but he's not making up a lot of time. He's making up about, I don't know, he's good in one corner, and then, the other corner, Medellin is a little bit better. But he has dropped it down from almost a second to 0.6 seconds behind Andrew Medellin. We do have a good battle between the 77 and the 38. The 38 and the 77 are going at it like there is no tomorrow. It looks like the last lap for them, but we have 18 laps to go, and the 38 is going to be able to keep the position from the 77, but the 77 is not done yet. He is all over the bumper of that 38 as they go into turn one. 77 riding a little bit higher, trying to get a little bit of momentum off that high line, but 38 is going to prevail and still right around in that third position.
And unfortunately, I just came upon Essery as he was coming backwards through the trail. Boy, he looked a little bit like Corey LaJoie this weekend finishing.
But it wasn't the last lap.
No, it was not.
So I hate to see that for Chris Essery, but if the 12, wait a minute, the 12 already has a win. So the 2 needs a win to not allow somebody to get back-to-back wins.
You got the 77 of Zach and the 31 of Trey. They both have worked up into the top 5.
Yeah, that 77 is still working at the 38. 38 looks a little bit better in the corners, but that 77 is utilizing the draft from the 38 to stay with him. You got Nate Lynch. I don't know what happened to him, but he fell off, quite a bit. He was, started in the third position at that restart, but he has fell back to 6th position, and it looks like him and the 42 are going to go at it, and the 42 is inside, but decides to back out as they went through the tri-oval.
Well, I have ran up on a good battle that's coming out of the tri-oval into one, and that's going to be your Ken Campbell, Cameron, Lyle, Chris, and Charles. Them guys right there are buckled down, and they are fighting for 1 foot on that property.
Yeah, Chris Stitz is battling on the inside of the 52, and you have a lap down car. I think that's Curtis Acker. He's along with him. Oh, Chris Stitz got a little bit sideways. But he was able to regain control. You still have the 19 battling with the 52 just a little bit. He's going to let the 52 by. 52 is going to slide up in front of the 19, and looks like the 19 gave him a little bit of a bump draft. Right back up front, you have the 2, you have the 38, and you have the 12. The 2 and the 38 are tracking down the 12 like there is no tomorrow. With 12 laps to go, they can catch the 12. The 2 of Ryan Lynch is only 0.3 seconds away from trying to take this lead. Then you have Brandon Pierce. He is sitting back in third position, 0.7 seconds away. You can see Pierce, on the lap counter, or the timer there. Chris lets out a little bit longer than the other 2. I guess he is trying to save his tires for maybe the closing laps. But look at this hornet's nest back here. The 77, the 42, the 25. They are going at it. 42 on the outside of the 77. 42 is definitely got to run on the coming into 2, and he is able to take the position away from the 77. And look at the 25. Look at the 7. They took a 3 wide to make that pass. 25 was able to make the pass and dropped the 77 back to 8th position. That 48 truck is looking to get a top 10 finish here, and it looks like he might be able to do it. The nearest truck from him is a little ways back, but he's got his hands full, and that is going to be Ken Campbell. Ken Campbell has got Chris Sarton all over the back bumper of him, and he's got the 22 of Chris Stitz in the mix. So you got a pretty good three-way battle for pretty much the 10th position.
These guys are fighting for the points. I mean, them three right there, they're all part of that within 35 in the top 11 on points, I believe.
Riding back up front, the leader has been caught. You have two other trucks looking for a win. The 2, the 12, the 38 are all pretty much nose to tail now. Nearest truck to them is the 31. He is sitting almost 3 seconds back from the leaders. So unless he picks up his game, he doesn't stand a chance. And here comes Cole Shetty. He is looking to put his truck back or keep the top 5. And we saw him running very well earlier on, but he has worked his tail off to get back there in the top 5. Six laps to go. Still anybody's race up here in the top 3. Do you think Ryan has enough tires left to make a move on the 12? What do you think, Jeremy?
They all pitted around the same time. Brandon's tires are a little 1 lap fresher than Andrew and Ryan's. So,
well, sitting back here in the 4th position, we had a little bit of battle between Trey Jackson and Cole Shetty. They exchanged positions, and Cole has now moved up to the 4th position. Ken Campbell is looking to put Zeke in the wall, or Zach in the wall. Didn't hit it too hard, but just enough.
I do not think Lynch is going to have enough.
I think he burned his tires up because now he is starting to drop off a little bit, and Pierce has dropped way off. He is now 1.6 seconds. I wonder what has happened to him.
Well, Pierce has got lap traffic in between him and the P2 position. So that lap traffic may be hindering just a little bit on him getting around.
Well, with only 3 laps to go, I think I had the right call. It looks like Medellin was maybe saving a little bit, making Lynch burn his tires up because he has extended his lead over Lynch. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yellow is out. Curtis Eckert has crashed. Zach Beek has crashed. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened there.
I think we've got a few that was caught up in this one. Oh, it looks like the 77 came up into him.
Yeah, the 77 I saw get into the wall earlier. And he had a little bit of damage.
Well, Richard, you got too cocky on that call, and now we are coming down to a green-white checker.
Well, you see, here's the thing. Andrew still has control of the whole field. So, anything can still happen.
Yes, but you know Lynch is on him about his restart. He knows how he got him on the other one. I wonder if he's going to see the same way again. He knows what to expect on this restart.
And then you got Brandon Pierce right there too, another heavy hitter. And you have the 42 sitting back there also. So what lane do you choose? Do you choose the inside or do you choose the outside? Outside we know has a little bit of momentum, but the inside can get a really good start. As we see, the 101 truck is going to get his lap back.
And Chavez was happy over that one. Which he'll still be a lap down, but I mean, if y'all ain't here right now, it's y'all fixing to see some racing.
It's about to get a little bit dicey. Well, definitely made the call that I would have made. Did not pit. Although I do believe some of these guys in the back did enter pit road. It looks like John Dart pitted, Travis Dart, Ken Campbell. You know, they have nothing to really lose. They're sitting back there in the back, so... So, we will have 2 laps when we take the green. Old tires, new tires back there. Anything can happen. I see the 42 trying to warm up his tires, trying to get make sure he gets a good start. Yeah, so we might see some tire spins here. If they don't get a good start or they get too antsy, we might see somebody spin those tires and check out the whole back half of the field.
Yeah, this right here is going to be interesting. I mean, in the top 4, you've got 2 that have won a race and 2 that hadn't won a race. The ones that have are probably going to be on the inside. The ones that haven't are going to be on the outside.
So, can the Thunderbirds U.S. Air Force fly his way to a win? Or will Andrew Medlin have something to say about that? We shall see in about another lap.
Yeah, those pace cars, those lights are still on. So this is... It's going to be interesting. And you know, Richard, of all the races this season, we have yet to have somebody win by dominating fashion. It has came down to a truck length, a half a truck length. The last 2 laps of every race has been nail-biting, set on the edge of your seat.
I think my favorite finish is going to be Iowa so far. That's going to be my favorite finish. What you think?
I'm going to have to say, yeah, Iowa was a good finish.
All right, we got a 42 warming up his tires. They are side by side. We will be going green with 2 laps to go. 12 on the outside or inside, 2 on the outside. 38 behind the 12 and 42 behind the 2. All even numbers up in the front. You notice that?
Top 4 or... Oh, I don't know what kind of view to get on for this one.
I don't know either. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm on TV2 right now. That's the only one I know to go to. It's going to give me the best coverage. All right, TV1, here we go. They are about to go green. You know the 12 is going to try to take it. And somebody got out of that. Was Trey Jackson jumped out of line real quick, but the 12, he just takes off. 12 definitely got the jump on everybody. 2, 38, 42, all in a line, trying to track the 12 back down. Will they have anything left for him as they come around to take the white flag? 38 is going to be on the inside of the 12. Or, I'm sorry, the 2. As they come into turn 3, coming out of turn 4. Before he took the white, we got another caution.
Oh, there's one down. Let's flip it back and see what happened on that. That looks like they may have threw that for the fact of the restart. I did not see anybody.
Well,
go
no.
off
You
track.
got the 52.
There it is.
52, 30. Yeah, the 52 got spun around. So yeah, SDK did not really call that. Yeah, just a bunch of shuffling in the back here.
Looked like the 6 got into the 52 a little bit, and that just
that just spun him around. All right, so we're gonna have another attempt at a green-white checker.
This is going to be 2 of 3.
.52 is gonna dive in and get his stuff serviced. So now you're going to have Brandon Pierce on the outside. You're going to have Ryan Lynch on the inside, right behind the 12. And then you have the 42 that is now going to be behind the 38.
Yeah, I don't know, Richard. This is going to be insane. Because you've got 2 that's won a race, starting it side by side, and we know Brandon is good on his restarts, so
If I had to be anywhere, I'd want to start on the inside behind the 12. Because I'm going to try to be locked onto his bumper, so as soon as I hear his truck throttle up, I'm in the gas. But it always doesn't work like that, though. All right, the 52 has come out from his service.
Lord, the intensity of these last 2 laps, and you can see the field back. Everybody is just wanting an extra position.
I'm going to be riding on board with this 2 truck.
I believe we're going to let everybody see the view. We're going to put it on the hood cam of the 25 car of Nate Lynch. He is sitting in P5, so he's going to see both of them rows and see how this restart's going to play out.
All right, the pace car lights are off. We will come around with 2 to go. Let's see if they can make it to the white flag. Once they make it to the white flag, the race is official.
And you know what? Somebody I'm not going to count out. Ken Campbell just came out of the pits. Ken Campbell was sitting in 9th on fresh 4.
He's got 8 other trucks to pass, though, in 2 laps. That's going to be very hard work, but I wouldn't put it past him.
And if he can pull that off, Richard, that is a massive flex right there on the driving that he can do.
Well, in about a half a lap, we will see what he can do, how well he can work through that field. As everybody is tightening up, you can see the 2 tightening up right up against that bumper. He's pretty much doing what exactly I would do. I am going to ride as close as I can. And here we go. We are about to go green. Well, we know the 12 is going to try to get a jump. And there he goes. The 2 got a pretty good jump too. The 12, the 2, they both got a pretty good jump. But the 12 had a better jump. But Brandon Pierce, he is fighting back on the outside of the 2 as they go into turn 1 and 2. But the 2 has the advantage. He is going to be able to take the position away. But does the 2 have anything left on that tread to catch that number 12?
Oh, and the 2 threw a block going in.
2 on the outside, 38 on the inside. Who is going to prevail for this one? It's still going to be the... I don't know. It's too close to call as they take the white flag. This race is official. If the caution comes out, they are frozen. .12 pretty much has it locked down as long as he does not make a mistake. We have some bobbing and weaving going in the back, but the 2 and 38 is the race that we're looking at. 2 on the outside, 38 on the inside, or 38 on the inside. With the 42 looking to take a position 2, they are going to come back. 38 got him.
What a finish.
Finished second. That 42 was looking to capitalize also. So we got Andrew Medlin that finished in the top spot. And we have Brandon Pierce that finished second. And Ryan Lynch that finished third. So we have our first repeater.
And I believe, if I am not mistaken, that is Ryan Lynch's highest finish this season.
Well, that's definitely a good job for him. And we are going to watch Andrew Medlin burn it down. There it is. I just noticed on the truck bed, he's got "Let's Go Brandon."
And you know that's gotta be a little to Brandon Pierce when he's seeing the guy in front of you cheering him on.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say he's cheering Brandon Pierce on.
All right, let's give it a second. We are going to yank them up here.
Let's see who we got.
We can track down Mr. Lynch.
Ryan Lynch, I got him.
Ryan Lynch.
You got him, or
I got him. I'll get him moved up here, and I'll get the rest of them moved up into the waiting room. Here he is.
Mr. Lynch. This is Richard and Jeremy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, third place. Not a bad finish. We thought you had more in the tank, but walk us through those last couple of laps.
Yeah, I think I was able to steal some position there on strategy, and I had one more shot at the 12 truck before that caution came out with 1 to go. I thought I could get it to his bumper one more time and try and make something happen, but I was honestly surprised I was able to hold Brandon off for so long, but he got me on those restarts, man. He was able to get some fast runs down the straightaway. But overall, man, it was a good result. It was the best finish our team's had so far this year, and hopefully we'll build some momentum.
Absolutely. Well, such a good run, by that number 2 truck. We were I was sitting there kind of hoping that you would actually be the next winner and nobody would get the back to back, but or not really back to back, but a twofer. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully next time I can get him. But yeah, it was a good race. My teammates, Harris and Tyler, they were in church last week, so they couldn't make the race, and I didn't have a very good finish, so it was a pretty good bounce back week for us.
well, definitely a good finish for you, man. The floor is yours to give out those shout outs, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I usually run the cookout truck, so shout out cookout, shout out the Air Force Thunderbirds, and shout out 3-Man Weave Racing, man. It was a fun night.
Absolutely. Well, you go out and celebrate that third place finish, and we will talk to you later.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys.
Well, he was close, and no cigar. Almost was the second repeat, but he didn't have enough. Mr. Brandon Pierce. That restart, man. What happened on that restart?
The RPMs are low enough to use first, but they're old tires, so I'd done it on the previous restart, and it worked out. I was able to get enough grip out of them, and that last restart, just a little too aggressive on the throttle, spun the tires a little bit, and it gave up too much ground. Andrew let Lynch to my inside, so I had to battle him going down the back, and with the aero damage there, just didn't have enough to reel Andrew back in and make a charge for it.
Well, all night on those last two restarts, he was jumping the gun pretty quick. I mean, you kind of expected that to happen, didn't you?
I mean, you expect him to go early, but without the benefit of a restart zone, whoever's got control has just such an advantage on the jump there. You can get out, you can use the whole track for 1 and 2 to really carry the most speed that you can there down the back. It's such an advantage. It's really hard to overcome, and Andrew did a great job using that to his.
Well, you let me down. You was my pick, but hey, I'll take a P2. I can handle that one for this week.
Yeah, with the way that race went, I'm pretty happy with the P2. I really can't complain with that finishing spot.
Now, something I do want to ask about. I believe it was about the second caution. It looked like he was coming into the pits. Was there some miscommunication there where one of the cars got into the back of you going into the pits?
Yeah, I mean, I called out middle of the back stretch that I was pitting. Trey Jackson heard it behind me. Phillip just didn't hear it, I guess, and just ran me over there as I was slow on the bottom trying to get into the pits. We do our best to communicate. Unfortunately, sometimes that stuff happens, and you just kind of got to roll with it.
Well, that's a good recovery from that P2. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Not at all. I mean, we caught a lot of guys, behind the lead lap there with the way the pit stops were rolling into that. Thankfully, it didn't push me down pit road, get me out, so I was able to, stay on the lead lap, use the fast repair that we have in this league. I think I, restarted ninth and was able to drive forward from there.
Well, all right, Brandon, that's going to give you a pretty good cushion amongst that top 5 battle. Go ahead and give your shout-outs and all that before we send you back down to the celebration.
Yeah, shout out to my sponsors, the Triad Racing Enterprise guys. They're great to keep us up to speed and keep our driving skills. Stint Analyzer, Susan Media, big personal sponsors of mine. All the guys on the team, the Cold Finger guys, they do great keeping up the morale in the team chat, and the title sponsor here, Sharp Apparel, and you guys for doing the broadcast for us.
All right, we'll see you once again next week and see if we can make you the second back-to-back winner.
That'll be the goal. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Well,
they're going to be our leader.
yeah, it's going to be Mr. First one to make it a 2-win season, Mr. Andrew Medlin.
How about that? I'm even surprised, I got to admit.
Walk us through what was going through your mind on those restarts. I thought the two had a little bit left in the tank. We thought he was gonna maybe try to pull an upset, but you were able to pull it off, man. Talk us through those last couple laps.
Yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot of confidence when I saw those cautions starting to come out back to back there at the end. I really knew my only key or saving grace there was to get a really good restart. So that second to last caution when I had Ryan Lynch to my outside, and we're, pace car cut off, I saw him inching ahead, trying to time the start, and he was maybe half a truck length in front of me. So used that to my advantage to get a good jump there once he had to back off, and got a great restart. And I think I could see the white flag there, and then I hear another yellow's coming out. So had to regroup and just worry about hitting my marks. And again, got a good restart. Make sure I'm not consistent on where I'm restarting and not predictable. And it seemed to work out. I mean, that was really, I had faster trucks behind me. I wasn't the fastest truck tonight. Pitch strategy obviously turned the race with that caution. I don't know, maybe near lap 90 or so. I think I'd fallen back to 11th at that point and decided, you know what, go ahead and pit. And that way I had a lot more cards to play late in the race, and it ended up paying off.
Well, that it did, and you were my pick to win tonight. So thank you for that.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right. We got some cheers, some booze. Hey, as long as you're making noise, you're doing something right. So yeah, I got to tell you what though. Yeah, really happy for the number 12 Old Dominion University Toyota Tundra. These patriotic races are always a lot of fun. Obviously there's a big mess going on in the world right now. I just want to give a shout out to all the veterans and those actively serving right now. Appreciate everything they do for us. And yeah, just a fun race here.
Absolutely. Well, back to back, you're the first one to have 2 wins in the season. Can't wait to see how that shakes up the points.
I'll tell you what.
Can't wait to see what you got next week.
Yeah. Geez, I'm at a loss of words here. I didn't think I'd be the first guy with 2 wins here. Let's put it that way. There's some really good drivers in this league, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a everybody's very respectable drivers, clean drivers, and I've been having a lot of fun. I'm really glad I joined the league this season. And yeah, appreciate you guys making the call up in the booth at SBRN, and give a shout out to Sharp Apparel for sponsoring the race, Butt Kicker, Next Level, sponsoring the series. My teammates at Rick Bobby Motorsports, we had a pretty good night going here tonight. So all 3 of us ended up with pretty decent finishes. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and do a few more shout outs here. We get a shout out to my lovely wife, Sarah, my dad, Bruce, who's always watching and probably listening right now, my brother, Aaron, my neighbor, Vernon, and there's a few others that I'll probably make sure they watch this, because again, I'm a little bit surprised at the way the first half of the race was going, that the number 12 truck's sitting in Victor Lane. But had a lot of fun tonight.
Absolutely. Well, you go down and finish celebrating, and we'll see you next week.
I'll look forward to see you guys on the dirt next week at Bristol. Take care.
You too.
So, Richard, 6 races, 5 winners. He took the first one to take 2 wins in the season. But you know what? It's going to be all shook up next week as they are taking it to the dirt.
That is one track that I cannot drive. I will miss every race if I have to drive it.
Well, y'all, make sure next week y'all are here, as we are in the Getting It Dirty presented by Chavo, and it's going to be over in my home state of East Tennessee over at the Bristol Motor Speedway. So make sure there is no stage breaks on this one. It'll be 15 lap heats and a 60 lap main. So hold on tight, and let's hope we don't have no rain.
Well, on behalf of myself and Jeremy Robbins up here in the booth, we are going to call it a night. Everybody be safe. Enjoy your week. And we will see y'all next Tuesday at Bristol.